Alright guys, your boy Skate Speech has done it again. I've managed to screw up everything in my entire life by trying to support the local skateboarding scene with more than I've really got to give, apparently. Yeah, I don't know how else to say it. Basically, I put myself into debt trying to keep this shop open so that we could have a nice skate park here in Lexington, and then some other shop bounced over here from Greensboro to try to save their indoor park. And now they're eating off of my plate because they're a block away from the skate park that I worked for 15 years to get built, and there's not much I can do about it besides deal with it. Try to make the most out of what I can. Lexington's a small town. We've got like, I don't know, 18,000 people or something like that. We had 10, 15 skateboarders at best to get this skate park built. And I kept the scene alive for those 10 or 15 skateboarders, and as this became more and more of a reality and people started to see that things were going to happen here, people started to skate and the scene grew. And it grew enough that I can support the shop and I can support myself enough. I can survive, but I'm not doing well. I'm not wealthy by any means. And now I've made some moves that have, basically I'm too far in debt to keep working with what I'm working with. And the only way that I know to do anything about it is to either sell a lot of stuff and make that money back so that I can pay it off and we can stay in business, or to ask you guys for help again. And I hate having to ask anybody for help, but I don't have, unless I win the lottery and I don't play, I don't really have any other options. If So Stoked is going to stay in business, it's going to take some effort from the scene. Honestly, it's going to take you guys, because I've put in as much energy as I really can into this, as much as I gave it my everything. I mean, I've been doing this I've been working towards this for so long that the jobs, the careers that I could have had, all of those skills have atrophied. Like, I can't really cut meat locally anymore because that's all done in a factory. I can't do anything with used machine shop equipment because nobody builds engines anymore, so that's not really a viable business option to sell used shop equipment like I used to. Computers, I haven't messed with computers in like a decade, so a decade ago, yeah, I might have been able to make a decent living at it, but now I'm so far behind, there's no way I could catch up and do anything with it, and I don't really have any interest in doing that. I want to sell skateboards. I want to keep this scene moving like I have been for the last 15 years. I mean, I try not to toot my own horn, and I try not to be too proud about it, but honestly, if it wasn't for me dragging my couple of friends out there every weekend to skateboard, you know, forcing them sometimes when they were hungover, waking them up when they didn't want to go skate, and just forcing them to get out there with me and build something and make something happen. A lot of those guys aren't still around, but there's new people in their place, and we wouldn't be here without them. The scene would have fallen apart. There wouldn't be anything here because it's too small of a town to keep skateboarding going without skateboarders around to keep you inspired. I mean, until we have this park, there's not a whole lot of street spots around here. None of the people in this town can even really skate this park yet because we've never had transition. You've had to drive hours to find any kind of transition, and this is a bedroom community. People live here, but they work in Charlotte or Winston or Greensboro. They go and make their money there and they come back and stay here because it's cheap. So the people that live here and work here don't have a lot of money. And that's why this other shop coming into town, I've had constantly people coming in and price checking me to see what my prices are because theirs are so damn high. It's because they've got city prices and I've got small town prices. I've got to be able to sell stuff to the community or I'm not going to sell anything at all. And I can't stay in business if I'm not selling anything. So again, this all comes back to me asking you guys for money because because I have to. Basically, I don't really have any other options. I put myself in a lot of trouble trying to get this scene this far and make what I have. I gave it everything, and now I'm at risk of getting nothing in return, and it's absolutely terrifying. I don't know what to do. I'm doing my best. You see this fancy brick wall behind me? I do have a new space to make vlogs and stuff, so I do intend to do that more, and I intend to get down to the skate park and film. But until I can get power turned on in this new spot and get Wi-Fi and start shipping and receiving and stuff, I'm in over my head right now. I've got too much overhead and I'm not making enough money to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm trying to grow, but you can't grow without support. And like I said, I thought I was going to have all the support from these locals and and these other scenes coming in. But instead, another shop opened up a block away from the skate park and put up signs, and they're a well-known shop, and they're nice people and all this and that. But the point being, they're damn roller skaters, and I'm a skateboarder that got all this stuff going, and I made this happen. And again, I'm trying to be humble about it, but realistically, this is a small town. I was one of the only skateboarders in my high school, and it was a handful of us from out in the county that came to Lexington every Sunday, and we skated, and we got kicked out of spots, and then we'd go to the other side of town, and we'd get kicked out of spots, and then we'd go back where we started, and we'd get kicked out again. And we did this until they realized that there was a need for a skate park, until there was a need for a place to put us. And then when the mayor told me, hey, we're gonna do a skate park, I said, don't bother doing anything like Doak in Thomasville. If you're just gonna build a cage to go stick us in, we're not interested. If you want to do something real, you want to attract some people from other cities and potentially other states, get a real skate park contractor, build us a concrete skate park, do it right, and you'll see how much it impacts Lexington, and it already has. We have people out at this park every weekend. Really, even on weekdays, we've got people from Charlotte, Winston, Greensboro, as far out as Wilmington and Asheville. We've had people up from Atlanta and people down from Boston. They're coming from all over the place to skate this park, and it's a park that I got built, but there's a much more visible skate shop closer to it, and they're the ones that are getting credit for a lot of it. Not all of it, but too much of it, and they're making money that I need to keep myself in business. They'll tell you that there's room for 2 skate shops here. There is not. They'll tell you that there's 7 skate shops in Greensboro where they came from. There is not. There's 1 real skate shop in Greensboro, and that's really about it. And it's a much, much bigger city, so they can support that. They have a lot bigger scene. We just simply don't. It's a small town. We don't have it, and I'm out of options. So I'm sorry guys, but there'll be a GoFundMe going up right after this video, and hopefully the link will be in the description. I hope you guys can find a couple of bucks to send our way and help keep us in business. If you can't, share it. Tell people about us. Help us stay in business, because I worked really, really hard to get this done, and I don't have any other options. So I'm sorry this video is a little bit sad, but I did get it done first try, first take. It's 7.5 minutes long, so it looks like I can still do this vlogging thing. I'm pretty stoked on that, but I'm not in a good headspace right now, guys. I'm losing my damn mind, and I need help. So please do what you can. If you can't afford to contribute, I understand. Like I said, a lot of the people watching this video are locals, and there's not really a lot of money in Lexington. I understand that you guys got bills to pay and stuff too. But it doesn't cost anything to share. It doesn't cost anything to leave a nice comment and boost my spirits a little bit and let me know that you see the work that I'm putting in. Every little bit helps, and I appreciate it. So thank you guys.